So that one time at band camp, huh? When you stuck the flute in your...
Nope. That was the movie. I never went to band camp.
How? Hold on. How were you not ever in band camp?
I quit band in like 5th grade.
Okay, yeah, me too. But like, what did you do after that? Because I went on to do art.
I was in choir.
What?
I was in choir for what? So like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. And then I did study hall for like a year. And then I was in choir like through senior year.
Yeah, well, hold on. I definitely did not have you written down as a choir boy.
I didn't want to have to carry stuff around. I don't want to carry instruments around or do like the band camp thing for weeks in the hot summer. Learn how to be a synchronized marching person. I don't want to do any of that. Like that
Kind of sounds like the military.
Welcome to the podcast, to your midweek sad boy update. See how good I'm getting at that now?
Hey, it's almost like it took you 22 tries.
You just got to practice,
22 times. They say you get it right?
Yeah. 10,000 hours, 21 prior episodes. It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
But
Tomato.
yeah, episode 22. Thank you so much for joining us in this spooky season.
This is spooky season episode 3. Did
we talk about spooky stuff in the first one of October?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Either way, 3-ish.
This is the third week. Okay. Anyhow, it's third week of October.
Third week of October.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for you seem to really like the last episode, and that makes us very happy.
What did we talk about? We talked about some ghosty boys.
Yeah, the ghost thing. We talked about ACOTAR, and we talked about we talked about a lot of things. That was a real good one, though. I enjoyed that one.
So good that we can't even remember what it was about.
There's just so much just flowing through our heads.
It's just all good. We have today's episode on the focus. So
correct.
With it being week 3 of spooky season, have you ever attempted to cast a spell on somebody, or ever wished that you had powers to cast spells?
A spell on somebody. I mean, like,
yeah,
like if you're like joking with a friend or something like that, and yeah, gonna put the Voldemort face on there.
Yeah.
That's if I actually do it though, because I'm just gonna forget that I said that, but. Yeah, just side note, if you guys ever notice, like, I'll say, like, we're going to add this in post.
It's never in post.
I'm probably not going to.
You are so lucky that you got the draw something, because that almost didn't happen.
Well, it almost didn't, but then, like, Taylor caught it in the morning. But, yeah, I it's one of those things, where the podcast, it flows usually so smooth to where I don't have to like listen back and like cut out weird pauses. So I'm just like, yep, sounds good. Yeah. And export.
We didn't say any gamer words. We don't have to really go back and edit ourselves.
Right. Exactly. But then like, I also don't hear the cues of where I'm saying.
Yeah, like add this in later.
I want to add this in. This picture of you as Walter White. I want to add it right here.
Yeah.
I forget.
Put Tweety Bird in my hand.
Yeah.
That won't happen. So anyhow, have you ever casted a spell on somebody or wanted to cast a spell on someone? Did you know that you can simply just purchase spells? We live in such a digital market that you could just buy spells on the internet.
Digital witchcraft?
But it's a physical spell that they'll mail to you. So here, we're on Etsy.com tonight.
Oh no.
So let's see this one here, 4.5 stars. The Crazy Love Permanent Spell. Custom love spell cast by the mythical spirits. Manifest lasting relationships. Make them love you, love me. In same day cast. Free recast if it didn't work on the first try. So it says you have to send both your name and your date of birth and the person that you would love to love. You would like to fall in love with you and their date of birth as well.
Do they want your social too? Or
yeah, last 4 your social,
Blood sample.
your mother's maiden name, and a hair sample too. How much do you think a permanent love spell costs on Etsy?
$29.99.
Do you want it to be higher or lower than that number?
Boy, do I want it to be lower.
For the low price of $15.95, you can make someone fall in love with you. Here we go, everybody. The crazy
$15.95.
permanent love spell, brought to you by the Mythical Spirits.
$15.95, and you can find love. Why would you even pay for a dating site?
Yeah, right. Who's got time to go on Tinder and shit
You
like
just
that?
find somebody. Hey, what's your birthday? What's your name? Great. Etsy.com and submit.
Here
and they're
we
like,
go.
what are you doing? Don't worry, just give me 15 minutes.
All right, so let's do highest to lowest now.
Oh my God.
Let's see what's the highest one I've seen here. Okay. Oh, whoa, wow.
This is just
Oh, okay, here we go. Custom what a picture. What a photo. Custom permanent protection spell, black magic and white magic. There's no like info about this one, but apparently you can send this person. Oh, it's on sale right now.
Oh.
So right now, everybody, you can send this person $377, and they will send you a black white magic protection spell, which I feel like we're losing money by not doing this.
Does
because
it say how many have been sold?
well, it was $503.
They've got some extra free time and they want to cast a few more, you know.
Yep. This one, 1,022 sales. There have been
I'm
over
sorry.
1,000
What?
people who have sent this person Soul Witch store a minimum of $377 for a black white protection spell on Etsy.
We are doing the wrong business.
Yeah, right. So, hey, everybody, thanks for tuning into the last episode of the podcast. This is where we thank you for your continued dedication.
Yep.
Find us on Etsy, Midwest Sad Boy Spellcasters.
Yeah.
And
100%.
we'll just send us your social security number, the last 4 digits of your mom's social security number. We could also use the first 16 digits of your credit card number and the expiration and the 3 digits on the back. And then that's it.
I mean, if you're feeling it, like all your previous residences, like your previous addresses,
For at least the last 5 years.
Yeah, 3 to 5.
3 to 5,
safe bet, right?
And your driver's license number 2.
Yes.
Yeah, because apparently podcasts are not where the money is at. Apparently it's fucking selling spells on Etsy.
Like you just, I can't. Okay, so
I know you were just so.
So how does it? So like, how does this work? All right, so I feel like for science we have to do this, but I don't. I just can't.
This one says it's a faithful spell, helps to stop your partners from cheating.
So wait, what is this? What happens? So somebody goes through, they add the card. They're like, hell yeah, I want to get rid of black and white magic. I don't want it to. I don't want it to affect me. Like, because this is ruining my everyday life. Okay, terrible commute. So they add the cart. They pay for it.
Yep.
$370 some to $500 some, right? And then so what happens? This person just gets an email.
Yeah, it's a made to order download.
So it just auto sends.
So they send you a file on how to make the spell, and it's guaranteed to work first try. I cast your listen. Okay, so here it is.
No.
Okay, so item details. If your main aim is okay, so I clicked on a random one, but it's the same thing. This one says, if your aim is to maintain and facilitate communication between you and someone that you care about, this white magic love spell can help. The spell is cast once per night for 5 nights to ensure a powerful buildup of energies. And then yada, yada, yada. Please note this is not a magic love spell to get an X back. It is just to open the door to communication. She says that she'll cast your... I'm assuming gender here. I feel like this is a witch casting the spell. Maybe it's a warlock. I'm just going to assume it's a witch here. Those are gender magic pronouns, right?
Yeah, I mean...
They are going to cast your spell 30 days in a row on every phase of the moon for supreme power. They're going to cast it 3 times a day over the course of 10 days, which involves a special ceremony before each set of triple castings. You're just literally paying someone to pretend that they're doing something, and then they're just gonna like send you positive vibes. Dude, we need to get in on this.
I just cannot for the life of, dude. What? We need to open an Etsy shop.
Yep.
We'll Photoshop between the two of us. We can draw and Photoshop anything we need.
Absolutely.
We can set up an automated email thing. So every day they get an email with what step we are.
BT Dub casted your spell today. Good
Yeah.
luck.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't get hit by a car.
And it's just got like that emoji in it. Like,
Full vibes, brah.
yeah. Spell cast, bro. Like, and then that's it.
Yep.
And we're
We're gonna quit our jobs.
Well, if we're making,
Yep.
you know,
If we're selling 1,000 of something that costs $377, it literally writes itself.
that is plenty of money for us.
Tons of money.
Oh my God.
And that's just on the love spell that we can charge $370.
And that's two people casting.
Right?
It's so much more powerful when we're
We
together.
should, with our powers combined. When we do the
Do
fusion.
the thing. And then, yeah. Dude, how are we not already in this
Right,
business?
and that's just a love spell. Think about a luck spell or like a curse. We could start cursing people, and we could sell curses too. I feel like we could charge extra for curses.
Did you get passed up for a promotion at work?
curse your boss? Send him a bag of dicks, and we'll turn them into shrunken heads. I don't know. It got away from me.
The snakes will turn into dicks on his desk.
Yes.
And he'll rue the day that he passed you over for that promotion.
He will rue the day.
What?
Yeah, right, dude.
Oh my
We
God.
definitely went into the wrong field after we graduated college.
Dude, we could film a whole bunch of like informational videos about the whole
Yeah.
process.
Uh-huh.
It's just like glued on beards and mustaches and like a wizard hat.
We're just Gandalf the Grey and
Yeah.
Gandalf White.
Yeah. And it's just like the magic wand that like bends. And we cast your spell for supreme luck. Droop. And just like, what?
I'm here for it. Double pre-blessed spells. Let's
Double
go.
blast. I just can't
What a throw.
understand.
Yeah, and there's people that are buying that, dude. What?
And-
And, those
yeah.
people are allowed to vote.
See, that's a real level 7 susceptible. I'm just an impulse buyer.
That is true.
Which, super side note on that, I signed up for another subscription
Oh,
for face lotion from Dr.
Dr.
Squatch.
Squatch? Not a sponsor.
Yet, please. But you know, and I was just like, I have to do it. But anyway,
You do look very supple. In the
you know,
face.
I'm feeling very fresh and clean.
What's the scent that you used
Pine
the other
tar.
day? I get a hint. I get a
Yeah,
hint of
and then
pine.
the new brick of soap that I'm using,
Yeah.
Brick BRICC, which is incredible
it's
marketing.
brick with two C's.
Brick with two C's, is the
Got me bricked up.
wood barrel bourbon, and it smells amazing.
That sounds like I would want to eat honey glazed chicken, wood barrel bourbon chicken.
Wood barrel bourbon chicken.
That sounds wonderful.
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah.
Like a little sweet, a little bit smoky.
Okay, we're not talking about.
Oh
food.
my God! Now I just
we
want
got to
some
think of more spells that we
barbecue
can
chicken.
cast.
Well, let's see. We could just make them all related to the podcast. Like this spell will make it so you are not a dick for 24 hours.
I'm here for it.
So someone's like, "You're being a real dick." Like, no, I'm not, because I have 13 and a half hours left of not being a dick today. So
actually,
it's not possible.
I took a potion that says I'm not allowed to be a dick today. So like everything I'm doing is totally cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one of them will be cast a spell to give somebody the day they deserve.
Ooh.
Oh,
And they just shit their pants. It's just Ipecac.
like you see somebody's like that guy cut me off in the drive-through, and they quickly get on Etsy, they order it, they hit submit, they get an automated email, and you just look, and that guy in front of you, like they go to hand him his bag, his hand comes in because he can't contain it anymore. His food drops on the ground, and you just see shit coming everywhere out of the door of his car
Diarrhea everywhere.
for only $15.99. Like
$15.99.
$3.15. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm undervaluing our services.
Hey,
again.
I just told him we can make $377 on a love spell, and for the diarrhea spell, he wants to give it for $15.
Black Friday sale.
Brown Friday?
The Brown Friday sale. The marketing is writing itself right now.
Dude, I'm telling you.
We're gonna listen back to this episode and just write it all down and just come up with all the marketing materials.
I'm here for it.
sadboycasts at gmail.com.
Sad boy spellcasters. Sad spellcasters? Sad boy spellcasters. Got a ring to it.
Sadboyspellcasters at gmail.com.
Only if my wizard hat only will cover one of my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And it
So
has
you
to
can-
droop like over my eye. Yeah.
So, like you have like an emo over
Yep.
with the
With my wizard hat.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, man. So
I can't
again, I
believe
ask,
this.
when's the last time you casted a love spell, my dude?
I don't know because I haven't made money off of it. And now
Isn't that insane? Like, absolutely
I
nutty.
can't believe
Like,
it.
you wouldn't be upset if you saw, like, oh, love spell on Etsy for $300 and it was like 0 buyers. You're like, that checks out. But for there to be 1,000 purchases, now, granted, I don't know how the Etsy algorithm works. Someone smarter than me, let me know. But I'm sure some of that is faked. But still, though, to have 1,000 confirmed sales,
they have to be like verified purchases. But
that's crazy.
that's
dude.
like, okay, so do you remember in the old days of smartphones? So
You mean in my 30s? Yes.
no,
Yes.
the old days of smartphones. So like
We were around before smartphones, my guy.
okay,
The
so I'm-
olden days.
So I'm
he
referring to
says.
like 2011, 2012, like
So 10 years.
yeah, 10 years
Okay,
ago.
Yep. When we were in our 20s, the
Yep.
olden days.
The olden days of smartphones. There were I don't remember what it was called, but there was an app. It was like $1,000,
What? Okay.
and it was just as like a status symbol
What?
that you owned that app. It was like I can't remember the exact one. I'm gonna try and find it.
So it's like a precursor to NFTs.
Yeah,
But it's
essentially,
like it's like an NFA, a non-fungible app.
yeah. So like if you owned this app, you're a big baller. It was like $1,000.
That's what did it do?
Not like nothing.
So it was just a flex to say, "Ooh,
I
it's
gotta see if I can find
It's
it.
like an exclusive club on Reddit, like they have like those ones where it's like you have to be a gold member in order to be in this forum. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna try and find it.
That's crazy though. 1,000. Who pays $1,000 for an app?
I'm gonna try and
What's
find
the
it.
most you've ever paid for an app?
Maybe $10.
For Procreate? Good choice.
Honestly, yeah, that was it.
Great
that was probably
choice.
it. What is the most expensive app on the App Store? There's a coding one called CyberTuner. It's $999.
So $1,000. Interesting. I wonder how fast they can steal your data
There's a
with that.
Final Cut Pro for $300.
That's it. $300 for a phone app?
Yeah, but I mean, this isn't the
It's not the app you
this
were
isn't the
referring
one
to.
I was referring to.
That's
But
still crazy though.
yeah, like it's unreal
Who's
for an app.
buying this?
For an app.
Yep.
But I mean, I guess
crazy.
at the same time, like when I was working at Sweetwater, like I was selling like Pro Tools subscriptions and Pro Tools software, and it's like you're just getting a digital download of software, completely made up.
Yep. Nothing is real.
Nothing's
dude.
real,
Nope.
and it's like $600 or $1,000 or more. What?
I mean, not us buying expensive GoPro cameras and video editing footage to run a podcast. It's all the same. I'm here for it though. It's insane. It's
That's
crazy.
that's like the people. I can't remember the exact number, but I know like when Tesla's like a few years ago, you had to get the automated driving, like you had to pay like $10,000 or something
Extra,
like that.
yeah.
Extra. It's like, oh, but the feature's already there.
Yeah,
I'm just
yep.
paying you to turn it on.
Yep. They actually, someone, it was BMW. Was it BMW? Someone smarter than me. We'll fact check in the notes. Anyhow, a car manufacturer, recently did that with the heated seat function in their car. So your car already had the heating coil or element in the seat, but if you didn't pay the extra $5 a month or whatever it was, they turned it off because the cars are all, connected to the computers now.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
so they just straight up turned your heated seats off.
That's
Like if you didn't pay the subscription.
microtransactions for a car you already own.
Yeah, a DLC for the car. Yep. So, actually, fun fact, you brought it up about the Tesla. I had a friend who owned it. You
Yeah.
have a friend who owns a Tesla. You're right. You buy the car, and the software is already embedded in the car, right? And but in order to turn it on, you can just Apple Pay Tesla. You just double click, boop, $10,000, and then now my car drives itself. That's so wild. What a world we live in, man.
So not on the same scale, but the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Right.
What about it?
So for the longest time, everyone's like, man, I wish I could just use like Bluetooth headphones on the Switch.
Interesting.
They made these little adapters, USB-C to Bluetooth, right? So you can hook it in the bottom, Bluetooth in.
Right.
It's like, I don't know, like a year and a half ago. Nintendo's like, yeah, we also turned on the Bluetooth for the Switches.
So it's been in there the whole time.
Been there the whole time.
And they just did an over-the-air update. That's so shitty.
Just turned it on in a software update.
That's so
like Bluetooth
shitty.
is already built in, but they're like, all right, you can use it now.
Oh my god.
So now everyone with all these adapters is like, what do I do with this?
Yeah, right.
I can just
It's,
pair my AirPods to my Switch with Bluetooth and then done.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, it's no different from Apple when they got rid of the headphone jack. And you're like, what am I supposed to do? And then they sold you an adapter. It's like, couldn't you have just left it in the first place? And now they, I bet you eventually there's going to come a time when devices no longer have charger ports. Everything's just going to be wirelessly charged. It's not going to be anytime soon, but it is coming.
Yeah, there's got to be a lot that changes. Like,
give it time.
So I mean, like storage is cheap, right? Mm-hmm. I know the cloud storage in general for iPhones.
Cloud storage, you're a real boy. I'm messing with you.
The cloud storage, like for iCloud, is pretty inexpensive.
Yeah,
right?
it's like what, $1 for 10 gigs or something. It's like that?
It's really like nothing, right? And family plans, you can do a whole bunch of anyway.
Not an ad for Apple.
Yeah, it's just like you don't really need to back it up to a computer. That whole thing is kind of pointless anymore. Mm-hmm. The recovery aspect of it
is the hard part.
That's where you can recover it from a computer. So if they were to come up with another way for you to recover your phone without plugging it into a computer and without needing to go to Apple, then they probably could. Mm-hmm. Because like outside of that, I only plug my phone in for like CarPlay, which they now have like Bluetooth CarPlay.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, and then like to charge it, which at the same time I have a MagSafe charging thing. So It's like I can get on board with that, but they have to fix like that, like one to two things. Like,
yeah, those are huge detriment too. Like, okay, so you brick your phone and you can't plug it in to like root the software. Like, at some point they'll, you know what? Okay, here's what they're gonna do. Ready? I'm Apple. Just bill me later, or I'll bill you later. They use what's the thing? The SIM card. The SIM tray will eventually come with like a chip in it.
SIM tray's gone.
No shot. Really?
eSIMs. No more physical SIM tray.
Okay, well they're gonna bring the SIM tray back, but it's gonna be like a reset function. It's not gonna be a SIM tray. So think of it. There's gonna be a removable, I don't know, sort of like reset. It's like a CMOS battery for your Game Boy, right? When that dies, then the phone's dead. But like you can take that out and like
we don't even need it. Like they could literally do it through iCloud, through Find My.
Yeah, but if your device is bricked, there's got to be a way to get your data off there. Data.
Make sure that you back it up to iCloud.
Okay, you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
I feel
it's just as simple as backing it up. But now, every one of your customers, I forgot my Apple password.
It's not my problem. So like I tell everybody,
no longer your problem.
I tell everybody the same thing. Like, okay, you literally go into your settings. There's a thing called passwords. You can save it in there. Well, what if somebody steals my phone? Are they stealing your face as well? Because they need that to get in there. So
if they've stolen your face, it's no longer your problem.
Dude, yeah. So like, and I told somebody, because I was talking to somebody about like the passwords on here, because I was like, yeah, I just let Apple generate the password for me for half of my stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like
those super long encrypted ones.
16 characters, a bunch of dashes and stuff. And I literally, like, I was talking to Derek or somebody. I was like, dude, if they can steal my password, they can guess my password, they can have my account. I don't care. If you want to guess that,
full send.
Have at it. But like, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of I don't want to say the problem.
You got a nitchy nose.
Because I know there are a lot of older people who embrace it, like technology, and are good with it and like are not afraid of it. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of people that are afraid of it and they're like, I don't want my stuff stored on the cloud. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want anything stored on there. No. It's like, well,
when your computer inevitably dies.
Right.
What are you going to do?
If they, I don't want to say if they force it.
They'll strong arm you into it.
They forced it with the lightning cable. They forced it with removing the headphone jack.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, they could do it and then make it so like, hey, you need to back it up to iCloud. And if you choose not to, then you're understanding that your data is gone because you can't back it up anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to plug your phone in at night when you're on Wi-Fi and your phone just automatically does a backup. You don't have to think about it.
Yeah. I'm over here agreeing, and we say all this. I don't have my shit backed up to the cloud. And I actually was telling Megan the other day, hey, we need to back our phones up to the computer before we upgrade to iOS 17, just in case, you know? But I'm at least doing the right thing. I'm backing it up once a year, which is not good. I back it up once a year. Why are you coming at me? I wasn't planning on getting attacked in today's
All these
episode.
things that I've just said, you're sitting there like,
Yep. Uh-huh. Did you not see me just go, yeah?
yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's a great
It's
idea.
attacking me.
I'm over here like, fuck.
Yeah, dude, like I don't. I pay for the Apple One, so it's like
Yeah. Dude,
30.
this sounds like, I'm telling you, said it's not an ad, but I'm telling you, it sounds
No,
like an ad for
it's
Apple.
like $32 a month or something. You get Apple Music, you get 2 terabytes of cloud storage, you get Apple Arcade, Apple News, Apple TV, and Apple Fitness, all included.
Nah,
That's insane.
no. I mean, I agree. That's a great deal, but like, I don't need, me personally, I don't need any of that, minus the Apple TV. That'd be cool. But for someone like you who it all fits for, pop off, brother. Get it.
Like, well, so like, for example, like there are people, you know, who share Spotify accounts.
Right.
Right.
Me and Megan.
Yeah, I can't do that. Right. I don't want to share music with Taylor because if we're listening at the same time,
Right.
we have very different tastes in music. So like, you have to have 2 subscriptions. So that's what, like $12 each, just
No,
20.
they actually have a $14.99 one that is 2 accounts under one.
Okay.
They finally came out
So
with that.
then I still need extra storage for iCloud.
Yep,
right?
For you, again, for you
yeah.
makes total sense.
It's like,
not
it's
for me.
like for those
I don't have 2
plus,
terabytes of data of anything.
well, so like I also use mine for my,
I know.
my Mac and
right?
iPad
Again,
backups.
it works for you.
Yeah. So there is absolutely an audience for it. But either way, like back to what I was going to say.
That'll be BOIS on the check when we.
Thank you, Apple.
When we cash that Apple ad.
So
Not a sponsor, by the way.
dude, if Apple ever sponsored,
That would be insane. I do have another spooky
last
season
backup
podcast.
10/7 at so October 7th
Okay,
at
so last
6:37
week.
a.m.
Nice.
That's because I don't charge my phone at night anymore.
You drive all day.
I drive all day plugged in, so yeah. But
That's
yeah.
fair.
Anyway, back to spooky season.
What do you have on yours? When you said you had one?
Yes, I want to talk about Halloween costumes.
Oh yeah, I'm here for it.
I because this come out right before that. I sent you the picture today. The taco, pizza, hamburger.
Yep.
Like what are we thinking? I'm going to drop another poll. There's a poll already on last week's. I want to drop a poll on this one too. Like, are we thinking like?
I'm gonna be honest. If I'm only wearing it once for the podcast, I'm trying to spend the least amount of money possible. Cause you boy is broke.
And then just return it.
Yeah. What's the return policy on something that gets returned prior to Halloween? I'm here for it.
Realistically.
Yeah, right. 30
Oh, it
days.
was the wrong size.
Yeah, it doesn't fit my kid. Sir, you bought an adult 2X. He's 30. Okay.
Sir, you wore it into the store. That's besides the point.
Sir, your dick is out. No, that's a slice of pepperoni.
Yeah, it's the pizza costume. But I'm just saying we could do pizza and we could do food. We could do like couples outfit.
That'd be hilarious.
Would be hilarious.
What do you got in mind?
I mean, you know what? Let's just
Again, it's got to be cheap.
let's hop. You know, fine. Let's put that in our certs. Cheap Halloween
couples costumes.
couples costumes. This is going to be the best search ever.
I want to be the pickle, or I'm sorry, yeah, I want to be the pickle, and you have to be the deer, and we'll be a dildo. What? That's a good one.
We could be cookies and milk.
I'm here for it.
Let's see. What else we got? Yeah, pizza slices, cookies and milk. There's some Bob and Ross one.
Yo, what if we went as
Peanut
each
butter
other
and
for
jelly?
Halloween? And I sat on your side dressed like you? And you shaved your head?
I'll do it.
No, you fucking won't. No, I mean, I can't grow my hair in time, but like, dude, I mean, if you're going to do it, I'm here for it. I don't think you'll do it. And I'm not going to say it. Sir, you have you have to think of the consequences of that action. It is hilarious for the meme, and I respect the send. The aftermath of you going to work with like a not fully grown out head of hair, you have to think of the consequences. And you are shaving your head in October, and hair does not grow back overnight. It is going to get cold here very soon. I'm warning you, winter is a tough time for us bald boys.
He's saying all these things like I haven't already made up my mind.
I mean, if you're going to do it, I'm here for it.
I'm going as you, and you're going as me.
There you have it, folks. There's our Halloween costumes. Apparently, I'm going to dress as Jason. I'm going to sit on that side. Jason's going to dress like me. I'll have to wear my contacts. You'll have to wear my glasses.
I'm going to have to talk to Megan about shaving my head.
She'll do it for you. She does mine. She did me up a couple days ago. I usually get one about every 10 days or so. Dog, you know what? I'm here for it if you're going to send it. Say you need to wait until next week's episode to see if Taylor will just have an absolute conniption. Or if you're just going to do it, don't ask Taylor. That would be hilarious.
It's like that time that I shaved my beard and went down to a handlebar mustache.
Yeah, when you grew your beard out for one straight year.
I did do that.
And then you took pictures of it every day and then, shaved it into handlebar mustache. It was wild.
Dude, like the one time I did it, we were in an apartment in Canton the first time I did this. She walked in, looked at me, put her head down, walked away. Didn't want to look at me, want to talk to me, did not like the handlebar mustache. It was hilarious.
Again, if you're gonna send it, I'm here for it. Man, just y'all saw the fear in my eyes. I do not encourage this idea. It took me 32 years to decide that I wanted to go bald. Decided I want to go bald because male pattern baldness is a running thing in my family. Chris and Mike, your time is coming. And
dude, remember that time that I went to the mountains with Cody and we shaved our beards into mustaches?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's just your beard. That's not your head. It's a completely different thing. I was losing my hair because, again, male pattern baldness. Like, I held on to my comb over far longer than I needed to. You, sir, still have a full, luscious head of hair. Think of the consequences
Not for
of
long.
Oh my God. You know what? You heard it here, folks. He's going to do it.
I'm going to be going back to Ohio with them all.
It's not that bad. It really isn't that bad. Honestly, shaving my head was absolutely the best decision I've ever made because it made me...
You pull it off so well.
It made me want to get in shape because I just was tired of being the fat bald guy instead of just the fat balding guy. So now I'm just the slightly less fat bald guy. So like I'm working up to in shape bald guy.
I will say, and the only thing I'm nervous about, there are people who pull off being bald very well, and you do.
Thank you.
You absolutely do.
Appreciate that.
I don't know if I will.
Dude, you're gonna have that sick scar in the back. It's gonna
super
look rad.
sick scar on the back of my head.
Again, buddy, it is your decision. I'm here for it. Like, do you just want to Photoshop my head onto your head,
dude? All I'm saying is like it's gonna be.
Dog, you got a big head, man.
Something. Always be willing to go the extra step
across the line. One step across the line. Hey, man, I'm here for it.
Oh.
I'm not encouraging this because it's not a decision that I think is the right decision, but it's your decision to make. And you are the captain of your own ship, my guy.
I am the captain now.
Look at me.
Look at me.
Shout out to Matt at my bachelor party getting the Kenyan Uber driver to say that by paying him $50.
Oh, what?
We were in Nashville for my bachelor party, and we're downtown and all of us are just smashed. And my buddy Matt, he ordered the Uber for us, and the guy picked us up, and Nashville's fucking packed. So Matt looks at this guy and says, if you pick us up in 2 hours, it's $50 bill. This is yours. Cash, hard, right now, $50 yours. You pick us up in 2 hours. And the guy was like, yeah, sure. Give me your number. That's $50 off Uber's books. And all he has to do is go sit around and not waste money.
Yep.
Right? So this guy picks us up. And Matt goes, here you go, bud. You know, thanks for picking us up. Yeah. He's like, can I ask you one thing? And the guy's like, yeah. He's like, can you say, look at me, I am the captain now? Is so good. Man, dude, it was a good time. Humble brag there. Shout out to Matt. Epic bachelor party shenanigans. Anyhow,
awesome.
dog, I don't think you should do it. So spooky season.
You don't think I'm going to do it?
I don't think you should do it. I know that you will because I know your willpower, and I'm not going to say the phrase, but I don't think you should. So I'm just trying to get off this topic so you stop thinking about it.
I know. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to wake up at 3 a.m. and just be like,
what was my other one? Oh no, I had it. What was it? What's your spooky season one? The Halloween costumes.
We were talking
right?
about costumes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's talk about trick-or-treating.
Yeah, what about it?
When was the last time that you went?
Like went to collect candy or went just for the walk?
To collect candy.
Oh, I don't know. I was probably 16 and I took my brothers when they were 6. I mean, after that, I was probably working on Halloween or I was going to Halloween parties once I was 18.
Yeah.
So I never really I haven't trick-or-treated in a really long time. Now, I've passed out. You usually come over to my house.
Yeah.
And we pass out candy while the girls take little man.
I would say the last time I probably went, I was probably 15, 16, same time.
Do you remember when your parents and my parents and all of the news were like, make sure you check your kids' candy.
There's going to be drugs and needles in it.
Razor blades in the apples or all kinds of free drugs. Not once did I ever find free drugs in my candy. It's disappointing.
I just feel like that's a pretty big business, right? And they don't want to give away their product.
Like I know people who smoke weed, and like those people are not going to accidentally or intentionally put their edibles in your kid's candy bag.
Yeah,
that shit is expensive, and they sure as shit aren't just gonna give it to a kid.
Like, let me just put this in a fun-sized Snicker, and what's that? Trick or treat? Oh, here you go.
Yeah, have this Nerds rope.
Bumblebee.
Enjoy 400 milligrams of marijuana. Try not to die.
Yeah. No razors.
Yeah.
No needles. But I mean, like, is this one of those things where like they have to say it because it happened? Like,
yeah, it's because somebody ruled.
Like somebody like bit into like a Butterfinger, and it's like, oh my god, that's a razor blade.
There was half a needle stuck in this Reese cup, and you're like, that's super shitty, and like absolutely shame on the person who did it. But like, no one's just running around fucking up candy and shit.
No.
Remember when they were doing that shit during quarantine? People were like licking. Do you remember that? Oh, dude. Yeah, do you remember during quarantine when people were running around grocery stores? Like, this is right when TikTok started to take off. And people were running around grocery stores and, like, licking ice cream and then putting it back.
Yeah.
And they were, like, going to jail for, like, bioterrorism.
Okay, I remember that happening, but I never really thought of, like, why. But it makes sense now because there was a whole pandemic.
Yeah, people getting sick, and they were just out licking food and putting it back for other people to buy. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, it's for the meme, like, I picked it up after I turned the camera off, and I bought the thing that I licked. Legal disclaimer. But, dude, those people... Those ones that got in trouble, bioterrorism.
I like never made that connection. Like that was, oh my gosh.
Speaking of the quarantine, how long ago was the quarantine?
That was March of 2020.
Yeah. How long ago does that seem like?
It doesn't seem like a long time.
Right? Like, do you remember being at home?
Mm-hmm. Tiger King came out.
Yeah, but like, okay, maybe it's just me and Megan, but like the whole quarantine just seems like a made up time in our life.
Yeah, dude, it was
it just doesn't feel like it really happened.
No, because like, I mean, we were at home, we were just like chilling.
We worked every day.
We were playing games on the Switch. We were going for walks all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it was honestly
Kind of sick.
kind of great.
See what I did there?
Yeah, kind of sick.
Stay
But-
home if you sick. Come over if you thick. Sorry. What were you going to say?
But no, I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of good things came from the whole
I agree.
pandemic quarantine thing.
Mm-hmm.
Contactless delivery.
That's fair.
If I'm trying to get back at a company and I don't want to tip somebody, contactless delivery.
That's fair.
I don't have to see you. I don't have to sign anything. I'm not tipping. Like,
I have. Do you remember the toilet paper shortage?
I sure do.
Yeah.
Hold on. I feel like I have a picture here somewhere.
So actually, I have a crazy rabbit hole to fall down. So do you know who caused the pandemic? It's big toilet paper. And you know how they're still profiting off this crazy pandemic? So first, right, there's a big surplus of all the really, really comfortable toilet paper, right? And they are like, oh, we got to send everybody home, so they use up all the surplus of toilet paper, right? And that's what causes the shortage. Everybody starts working from home, and no one's really returning to the office. Well, you know who's suffering now? Now the shitty toilet paper makers. And you know who's forcing everybody back into the office? Big toilet paper, because they're mad that the shitty toilet paper ain't selling no more, because no one's in the
Big-
office using one ply where you
big
accidentally
paper.
stick your finger up your butt at least once a week, because that shit is literally tissue paper. Sorry, I had to fall down that rant for a second. I'm telling you,
mean-
big toilet paper was behind the quarantine.
Big toilet paper.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of big pharma.
Here it is. Here it is.
Dude, what? You really have a photo of you buying some toilet
Yeah,
paper?
because
from the
I
quarantine.
remember going on lunch to get this toilet to see if they had it, and they had one left. I think I went with it was like me and Mike or me and Cody or something. We went to Target.
Just a wild time that we lived through, man.
Dude, and I remember
Insane.
RC being such a bro. He
Yeah.
bought like so much of it, and he's like, "Hey, do you guys need toilet paper? I have so much." So like he just gave us
Dang.
such a bro. But yeah, it was
Yeah, what a bro move. We
it-
didn't have to go out and buy any.
I mean, I feel like we bought it like twice and it was back to normal. But it was like a good long time where it was like,
Well, we also buy our toilet paper at Sam's Club, and we get the Gigunda box that lasts us for the whole year. So we literally buy ass paper once a year. Here's your butt wipes, me lord.
it just seems like that was such a crazy time.
Yep.
That was one of the biggest things for sure was the
Toilet paper
toilet
thing.
paper.
Yeah, I mean, Tiger King is just a crazy phenomenon. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like that was 3 whole years ago. It feels longer, and I know it wasn't. It just feels like it was so long ago, because it all kind of blurs together. And then it's like, one day I was out having dinner with my friends, or literally we were at Daytona Supercross 3 days before the quarantine happened. So we were out and about at the race, hanging out, watching people ride dirt bikes. 3 days later, it's if you leave your house without a work notice, you will go to jail. And then fast forward 1.5, 2 years, and it's like, okay, you can go back outside now. Shit, it's 2022, 2020. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where did time go?
I remember, where was it? I think me and Cody went to Indy to see Bill Murray play.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the Bill Murray concert. We were walking around downtown, and it felt like a little empty. This was like February.
Yeah, it felt ghost town.
Yeah,
didn't
it felt like really ghost town, like super isolated. And then it was, I think, less than a month later. Like it was like every week the reports were worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, yeah, you can't go outside anymore. I'm like,
It was such a wild. Yeah, I also don't listen to the news, so it was like, oh, did you hear so and so? Or it's in North Carolina, it's in South Carolina. I was like, oh, okay.
I just heard
and then it
everything
was
from
like,
work.
you're not allowed to leave the house next week. Oh shit! All right.
I just heard everything from work because they were
Yeah.
just like, hey, we're monitoring this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, such a wild time, man.
That was crazy. Absolutely crazy. But I mean, hey, the whole thing got us down to North Carolina. So like, I'm not
That
gonna
is
complain.
true. You guys did move during the quarantine.
Yeah, that's
was
I remember
wild.
it was so weird. Like, I shot more weddings that summer. I shot like 8 weddings that summer.
like prior to the lockdown?
No, during.
During. Oh, yeah, that's right, because everybody was outside.
Yeah, well, and like,
Or it was like self-distancing.
well, not half of them even were. Like, I would wear a mask when I went around everybody, but it was like a lot of photographers were like, "Yep, no, I don't feel comfortable going out and doing this wedding." I'm like,
I'll do it.
I take money, please. And
Just swipe right here.
yeah, and then like I flew down to Florida, which was a hot spot.
Right, yeah.
Flew down there to do a video.
Yeah, see, that's why you've got it 3 times. Dingus.
I didn't get it until after I moved to North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. You just brought it back with you.
Those Best Buy customers, man.
Dirty animals.
Just getting so close to you and just like coughing.
I forgot my password.
Yeah, here, hold my phone and tell me what's wrong with it.
Oh, my God, dude.
Sir, could you please leave? Like,
So I remember people would get too close and I would just like slowly take a step back and they'd take a step forward. I'd take another step back. One time I made a whole U around the computer register, you know, like, cause it was right there on the corner.
Yeah.
I walked around the entire corner, just slow steps back, and they would get close and I'd just go back further. Oh man. Spooky season. So, how uncomfortable do you think I made Megan and Taylor when we were in the car the other day and I was talking about unaliving myself? Now, for the record, I'm okay, everyone. This was a funny joke that I told about how I want to live the rest of my life. Do you remember what I said?
I sure do.
So, right, so like
Jim Book's trip to Europe by himself.
Yeah, just know I ain't coming back. I am interested in like a death with dignity. I don't want to die in some super horrific car accident. Like it just seems like a very miserable way to go. I just want to go super peacefully or super quick or in some way, shape, or form that it's not like, oh my God, I'm on fire. And you know what I mean? Like it just, I want it to be done and over with. Because honestly, once I'm gone, it's not my problem. It honestly becomes your problem and Megan's problem and everybody else who's still around's problem. Because
Yeah.
literally, once you're dead, none of your problems are your problem. Just throwing that out there. If you know you need help, call people. Anyhow, so I told Jason that I want to go do one of those suicide pods like over in like the European countries where they'll like, you get in and, you know, they fill it up with gas and you slip away into the forever sleep, right? Like just sounds right up my alley. So, like, definitely want to, like, get all my legal shit in order, you know, some wills and who's getting my money, if I have any left, or, you know, if I got, like, a cool car, someone's getting a car, right? Like, whatever I've got, I'll sign it all away. I'll sign all the necessary paperwork, and I want to do this after I've retired from work. My goal is to make a bunch of money, either win the lottery or, like, sell an organ or some shit, and I just, like, quit my job.
Not my
like,
organ, but somebody else's organ.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you want me to sell your liver, fine. I want to, you know, retire, quit my job, live out some years, have a, you know, big old blasty blast. And then whenever the inevitable kicks in that like aging catches up to me, right? Mm-hmm. My liver fails or my lungs start to go or, you know, I start to get dementia, right? Like whatever the shittiest thing that's going to happen to me starts to creep up, I'm checking out. I'm booking a one-way flight to Europe. Or whatever country, it doesn't have to be Europe, whatever country offers the suicide pods, I'm giving away all my shit, and I'm having a going away party. And if you don't show up, that's on you, because I'm coming back in an urn, and it's on you to pick me up at the airport. So I know that's such like a very grim topic to talk about, but it is the reality of the situation that like everybody does die. You, me, you are not immortal. None of us are immortal.
Not yet.
Maybe Bezos, with all of his money, he can figure out how to like cryogenically freeze his brain or some shit. Or maybe like Elon and him can like get launched in space sticks up to Mars and they'll just live there forever. The aliens that they are. I don't know. But like, let's be real. Everybody has to die. It's the reality of the situation. There's 2 things that are for certain in life: death and taxes. You can't avoid either of them. One will catch you. Anyhow.
They'll both catch you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right? So what about you? Like if you had a choice, what do you think? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but like what you know, it's not something that you want to think about, but it's something you have to think about.
I mean, I just would, you know, just not wake up.
Do you guys hear him stammering?
No, it would just be just not wake up.
So you wanna go in your sleep.
Yep.
Right.
I don't want it to be violent. I don't want it to be like long and drawn out where everyone around me is super bummed and like sad. It's just like,
Yep.
you know,
and you see movies and you see TV shows about these people that grow old and they get these very debilitating illnesses, and it's like there's things that you can't avoid, right? Sometimes you get the big C and you're like, well, I gotta bite the bullet, or I gotta try and rectify it, or like you hear these horror stories of someone choked on this thing and then they crashed their car, and you're like, that just seems shitty,
Yep.
It's just I can't control
I want it to be like, man, I had a great night. I went to Applebee's and got
I got some 2-for-1 apps.
2-for-1 appetizers.
What a night to go.
Went home, watched season 43 of Mandalorian, and went to bed.
And he just never woke up.
And that was it.
Man, what a night. What a
That's
night.
what I'm saying.
That doesn't sound like a terrible way to go. I'm gonna be honest. Hey, man, it was a sick concert we went to. Oh, that was a delicious dinner we had. And you know what? Don't wait up for me in the morning.
Just in case.
Yeah. Bring in that bad juju by talking it. You just sometimes you don't want to will that into existence. So hopefully I make it home tonight.
See, this is why I watch comedies.
Yes. I mean, you laugh to avoid crying, but eventually, not you, just in general.
Yeah, just like the topic in general. Like, I'll talk about it if I have to. We're on the podcast. We're live. Like, I'm going to talk about it. But most times, if the topic of like death or anything comes up, I want nothing to do with it. I'm like, I'm gonna go watch New Girl. I'm gonna go watch an episode where Schmidt breaks his penis. You know what I mean? Like, just something.
What a good juxtaposition.
Just something weird and different and like lighthearted and just not to talk about death.
Well, way to be a buzzkill, Jim, is what I'm hearing. On a lighter note, for real, if you or someone you know is having problems or any issues, reach out to anyone that you know. Someone will listen. One of us, somebody will listen, and
hey, you're feeling stressy, depressy. You reach out to me. I'll talk to you.
Stressy, depressy. You get some. I was gonna try and make an espresso joke, but I couldn't think of one. You get some stressy, depressy. Just have less espresso, more espresso. I don't know.
Don't be stressed. Have a caffeine-induced heart attack.
Sounds like a shitty way to go. You're just like...
Die drinking coffee. Some people think that's the ultimate goal.
For real, if you or someone you know is struggling or has problems, reach out to anybody, and it does get better. It's not the answer, but you have to do what you have to do.
I feel like the ending of that...
No, call somebody. Do what you have to do. What? We're saying the same thing. I don't encourage anyone to do that.
Right.
Yeah, call somebody.
You're like, do what you have to do.
Again, you're the captain of your own ship here, my guy.
Yeah.
I can tell you all I want that it's a bad idea, and I can tell you till I'm blue in the face. Don't do that. Ultimately, you're going to do whatever you think is right for you. It's not the right answer, but do what you have to do.
The way you're saying it. Oh, God. Yes, he's right. Just don't do it.
Don't. I'm joking.
Your facial cues are just.
I'm joking. It's not something to joke about. That is a very serious topic, and I encourage anyone who needs help to get help. Don't do it. It does get better. Don't do it.
Yeah, for real. There's any number of people that will talk to you. I will talk to you.
Yes.
If you ever feeling like that.
Serious Jim is here now. Don't do it. All jokes aside,
somebody who I've done therapy.
I've been to therapy too. It is hard. Sometimes you just got to talk about some things you don't want to talk about, but you'll feel better when you talk about them. So that's why we're here talking about it on our podcast, because we're the Sad Boys.
Weekly therapy session.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I joked with Megan the other day. I said, when this dog dies, I'm going to be emotionally fucking destroyed. That's what got me thinking about the subject the other day. Is,
Dude, I don't even
It's-
want to think. I don't even
yeah,
want to think
it
about
sucks. I mean, it's my kid, you know. I
Yeah,
know it's different from your kid, but it's my kid
no.
and your kid, your other kid, your furry kid.
Dude.
you have furry kids.
Dude, like Claudio, my cat is what? He's like either between 13 and 15,
Mm-hmm.
depending on how old he was when we got him. Benny's like 12, 13.
Mm-hmm.
Thanos he's what, 8?
Yeah, I would say he's
8, but he's got some like little lumps, more and more lumps on like his side and his chest and his legs, and it's like so far nobody seems concerned, but like I'm concerned.
Yeah, Sprocket Doge. My brothers are doing a good job of keeping him on this side of the earth. Sprocket Doge is not doing so hot. He's got like a big lump, and then like he's got a growth on his eye and his butt. Yeah, so it's the reality of the situation, and not not
Sad
to get all
times.
pet cemetery here, but like it does suck when you lose a member of your family, regardless if they're human or not.
Yep.
And
For sure.
sometimes you just got to talk about some sad shit. You know.
Yep.
You know.
You know?
You know.
You know?
You know.
You know.
You know.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to end on a
Yeah,
super
let's
sad
just
note.
end it on a super sad note.
We're gonna have. So wait, hang on. So are we gonna do the super special Halloween episode
Yeah.
on the different day?
Yeah. By the way.
Episode Halloween coming at you on a Tuesday.
On it.
Bring your tacos because we're dressing up.
Yep.
Ranch style.
As Jim.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to find out on Tuesday.
I really
not
hope-
next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday.
Really hope that my head looks good without hair.
So if you are gonna do it, I do recommend that you do it 5 days before you want to be on camera, because your hair will grow out. Like this is like a 5-day where it's got like that little 5 o'clock shadow.
Like 2 days from now.
What are you? No, next week, homie. We
Yeah.
got 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks before that episode. Yeah,
We're
next
gonna
week.
figure out
Math.
logistics.
Anyhow, I think you should do it 5 days before you. So like tomorrow.
Yep.
No. Super special Halloween episode on Tuesday. It's going to come out on Halloween because it would be really weird if it was November 1st and we were wearing costumes.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't be right. So
Like, who are the guys that are late to the party?
yeah, look at these dorks.
Yeah.
So special episode on Halloween, regularly scheduled programming next week for episode 4 of spooky season. Yeah, because there's 5
season.
Wednesdays. There's 5 Wednesdays in this month.
There's 5 Wednesdays, my dude.
That was a terrible one. So next week, regularly scheduled programming. 2
Yes.
weeks from now, special episode on Tuesday. I'm sure we'll say it again. Thanks for tuning in, liking,
As always.
commenting, subscribing. Every time you comment on a Facebook post and we engage with it, it's a data point into the algorithm machine. So the more times you engage with us and we engage back with you, the more other people see us. So thanks for doing all that stuff.
Yeah, the
So
more
we
you do
can-
it, the more it keeps Jim away from going to Europe. So,
Big facts. The more money that comes in, the less likely Jim is to buy a one-way ticket to Europe.
yeah,
So
please help keep my friend away from Europe. Thank you.
as we plan a trip to Scotland next year.
It's not Europe, though, right?
It's too. I mean, it's overseas.
Yeah,
yeah.
well.
It's a round trip though.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
Planning to come back.
I'm Jim.
I'm Jason
We're the Sad Boys. Thanks for tuning in.
on your regularly scheduled. That's the hard word now.
Yeah, see?
Midweek, sad boy, update.
Nailed it.
Spooky season.
Spooky season. Stay sad, y'all. Bye.
Bye.